hopes for this morning. It is just breaking day, and the rain finally stopped. Our cameras were vacant all night. I mean, there was a couple pictures, but nothing crazy at all, because it was a constant downpour all night long. And the rain finally stopped. It's supposed to stop until probably 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. I haven't seen anything on the plot yet, but I feel like it's gonna be a mid to late morning move. These deer they have to want to get up, get a little bite to eat, shake themselves off. It's been a wet, soupy night, so I would imagine I'm gonna see some activity. Maybe a buck or two that wants to come clean a couple of these scrapes that are along this field edge, and I'm just hoping one of our shooters is one of them. Neil was on here last week, or he was on this plot last week in the morning, like 7:20, 7:30ish, right after first light. I'm hoping that maybe he takes a little stroll this morning, but nonetheless, I'm just happy to be here. It warmed up a little bit. It's not as cold as it was yesterday, but we still got that south breeze, and it picks up every once in a while, and it just feels good. Sometimes this wet, adverse weather up here in New York is the best time to be in the woods. So, like I said, I'm just happy to be here. October 25th, breaking day. I'm gonna try and make it a little bit of an extended sit this morning. Try and spend some hours in here and see if we can see something. Cruising this food plot, checking a scrape or two. So, fingers crossed. We're just gonna keep grinding, baby. Trying to get a buck down in October. That is the goal. And these bucks are definitely starting to seek a little bit. It is scrape week. We are here. I am happy. Let's go. Just got done from a morning hunt, and we've got a camera on the top side of this field up here that's just been kind of quiet, and I mean, there's deer moving on it, but just no good bucks. It's really not giving us any good information, and we're trying to figure out where to move it. Well, Dean texted me a waypoint on Onyx of a scrape that he found in the woods just inside of this field up top. He found it in like February or March when he was shed hunting by himself. I have no clue where it is, but the cool part about Onyx maps, it's not just for public land and for, scouting new properties, but it can be very valuable for the people with private land as well, especially if you hunt in groups, or if you're on a hunt camp or whatever the case may be, because Dean sent me this waypoint, and I'll add this waypoint to my maps, and I'm literally going to go walk right up to where he found the scrape and be able to see if there's an active scrape there now to be able to move the camera. So hopefully this worked, and that was a community scrape from last year. It still is this year. We get some better information on this camera, and once again, a great tool from Onyx Maps to be able to say, hey, here's a waypoint, whether it's a stand location, trail camera, scrape, old scouting information, or whatever you can share with the people that you're hunting with to better their odds and or better your odds. So let's go check it out. We got to walk through this cornfield and see if we can move this camera, and hopefully we find an active scrape up there where Dean sent me this waypoint. You can see I'm right on the edge of the woods, but it even says down to the yardage, 43.8 yards away from the waypoint. Now I got enough service. I can add it, add waypoint, if you only got it. And I got a bop right in the woods right here. And let's go see if we can find it. How about that, you guys? It literally says I'm 3.8 yards away. There's one scrape right there. There's another one right here. another one over there. Now, I just gotta figure it out. See, there's one here. This just is all scraped up under here. You could tell they're chewing off these branches under here. Now I just gotta figure out where I want to put the camera, but that's pretty amazing. That's scouting done in about 10 minutes. Led me right to this scrape from the blind. I'm putting the camera up, and we're gonna start getting intel on it as soon as possible. Onyx hunt for you right there. That's pretty awesome. First trail camera check, and I already like what I see. Look at the scrape on the edge of this path, or on the edge of this plot. I'm sorry. That's nuts. That's the biggest scrape we got going. Look, they're destroying licking branches. That's the biggest scrape I've seen so far. See what these deer do when we put that pre-orbital up in the branches is because, look, that's how they communicate. They lick that, they bite it, they put their pre-orbital glands over their eyes in it, and you can see they're doing it on every branch. But that scrape is massive. That's good stuff. Made a little trifecta mock scrape right here. There's actually two scrapes just over the crest of the hill. There's just not a real good trail camera spot. There's a rub right there, and these bucks will lay right on the other side of the crest of this hill. So we're hoping that they use this logging trail. We're gonna put the camera right there on video mode. We got a couple nice brought out scrapes, stunk them up with some black widow, and we're gonna let it ride, baby. Let it ride. Like what you see?
I do love it. The video's really, really great.
Yeah, the video is gonna be sick in this one. Well, my goal was to get in before it started raining. We accomplished goal number 1. I'm in about half hour, 45 minutes earlier than I even was yesterday. So we got a long sit till dark. Probably got close to 5 hours till dark. No, maybe not quite. 4.5. Yeah. 4.5 hours or so. But I just have a lot of confidence that we're going to get something up on its feet. We were supposed to get like another hour or 2 of rain, and then by 5 o'clock it says it's going to shut down. So I have high hopes for when that happens, because I mean the cameras have just been too quiet the last couple days. For October 25th, the cameras have been too quiet, and it's because of the weather. I know it is. As soon as that weather broke this morning, that fog lifted, I saw a buck, and there was a couple other bucks that were moving around on the cameras. That was at like 9:30. But I saw 12 deer last night. 11 of them were doe. So there's gotta be a buck that wants to come check this field. Bucks are checking this field. Good bucks are checking this field. So I just feel like with all these doe, it's just a matter of time before one of these bucks wants to come and just perimeter check.
Cleared out. It's a nice night. It feels chilly now, but it hasn't been not frigid cold temps. had 4 or 5 doe come out in the plot so far. Again, same story. Everything's just super calm, feeding, and have yet to see a buck cruising or feeding. But it is weird. We had the rain's cleared out, but after 10 o'clock tonight, it's back up to 80-90% chance all through the night. So maybe for a portion of tomorrow. So I don't know what's the wind's gonna switch. We got colder air coming tomorrow. I can hear something in front of me.
Well, it was a little slower tonight than I had anticipated. I had 6 doe come out before. I'm trying to think, probably a little before 5 o'clock. Yeah, literally 3 of them fed up, and then they fed back, and 3 more fed all the way up past me, and all the way up onto the other side of the plot, into the corn, and see you later. I'm just really surprised that this time last year there was bucks that were busting up these food plots like nightly, coming in, checking does, running them off, and we're just not there yet. We are not there yet. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just we're not there yet.